Hi. Hi, how y'all doing? This is City Lights, City Streets. Welcome to City Lights, City Streets. I want to thank all my fans out there that greet me everywhere I go. They say, Mark, keep it up. You're doing a good job. I want to thank y'all. And this is City Lights, City Streets. And I'm Mark. We try to do a different show for you every time. And this is a painting I did. One of them anyway. Lonely City. And we're going to do a bunch of different things for you today. I hope I'm in focus. If I'm not, say la vie. I've been reading the newspapers like crazy. I get all my information out of the newspapers, out of encyclopedias. That's a painting I did years ago called Lonely City. And I'm Mark. And I'm glad you could make it. Isn't life exciting? And this is February 27th, 1999. It's a Saturday. And it's also going to be shown on Sunday, the 28th. Future shows are going to include pigeons. Watch for that. How to raise pigeons. How to raise cattle. Speaking of cattle, I was reading in the paper the other day, actually the Rolling Stone magazine, that... Hi, how are you? I was reading in Rolling Stone magazine. I hope I'm in focus. Sheesh. But if I'm not, c'est la vie. And I was reading in Rolling Stone magazine that the meat that you eat... Well, we'll get into that a little later. Let me light up my cigar now, if you don't mind. It's a good one. Uh-oh. It's a good one. Let's see what we got here. Eugene, where are you? Come on the show, man. Let's do some stuff, man. And we're going to get Emerald Lagasse on. Ooh, you know that cook? How he goes, bang, and be right back, and all that. And he cooks everything. Ooh, it's so wonderful. But I was just curious. Let me show you this painting that I painted. And I've been painting for 30 years now. Well, 28 years, but who's counting? I don't know if I'm in focus, so. But this is Say Lights. You know the name. Go get yourself a sandwich. It's going to be a good show. It's an hour show. We always try to give you an hour show. Power plant just caught on fire or blew up in California yesterday. Remember I was talking about a nuclear power plant in Plymouth? How we need to get that potassium iodide? Well, I want to get my family some. You better get yourself some too. You know, that's the antidote in case there's a nuclear radiation leak or an explosion. It absorbs radiation. Potassium iodide. Good thing. Let's get it in the schools. But this is Mark. And this is City Lights. City Streets. I'll show you this painting over here. This is Dr. Garo, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it's a Van Gogh painting. And it's a copy that I made of the original. Sad fellow. But what I want to say about this is that this is the most expensive painting in the world. Van Gogh flowers sold for, I think, $80 million to a Japanese entrepreneur, department store owner. And that was $80 million, Van Gogh flowers. And then they said, maybe it was a fake. Well, this isn't a plagiarism in a sense, but I'm telling you that it's a fake. But this is the most expensive painting in the world. And they believe Bill Gates, the Microsoft owner, owns it. They're not saying who owns it, but Bill Gates owns it, they say, and he paid $181 million for it. I made copies of original paintings, which, you know, it's exciting. But what he has here is the digitalis plant. They thought Van Gogh was an epileptic. And digitalis, this is the foxglove, and they make digitalis out of this foxglove plant. And it helps epileptic seizures. That's why they thought that Van Gogh cut off his ear, because he went into an epileptic seizure with a straight razor, which is possible. I used to shave with a straight razor. Until one day I was shaving and right out of the shower, you know, and no clothes on and stuff. And I dropped the razor by accident, and it cut the tip of my finger off. And I could have cut something else off, so I stopped using those razors real quick. But like I was saying about the meat, I was reading in the Rolling Stone magazine that the cattle ranchers of America were buying up the dead cats and dogs of the animal shelters, millions and millions of pounds of these dogs and cats that got killed in the animal shelters, and the cattle companies are buying them up, grinding up the cats and dogs, and feeding them to the cattle to beef them up. Nice, huh? I have the references on that. I believe it's page 180 of the Rolling Stone magazine. And you know it's true, because Oprah Winfrey said that she would not eat meat, and then they try to sue her just because on her show she said, I won't eat meat anymore, and they try to sue her. So you can imagine if this guy's saying that, this reporter on Rolling Stone magazine, if he's saying that the cattle companies are grinding up cats and dogs, you know he better be right, or else he would have been in jail for libel, slander. But it's true. And I was eating a roast beef sandwich the other day, and I smelled the roast beef, and it smelled like a wet dog. I'm not going to eat meat anymore. That's awful. You know? But in 1997, the USDA and the federal government outlawed that practice of feeding dead dogs and dead cats, and they also fed dead goats and chickens and all that stuff to these cows. They outlawed that because of mad cow disease. But you can be sure that they're still doing it. Come on. If a local health department can't inspect restaurants properly in the area, what do you think a multi-billion-dollar company is going to get? They're going to get away with this stuff. You know? I like these animal activists, you know, that go around and say, oh, you're wearing fur and stuff and all this. But yet, you know, that day they just, you know, they ate a chicken, you know. And all the thousands and millions of chickens that are slaughtered each year. is Mark, and this is... Go get yourself a roast beef sandwich. Better yet, cut out the middleman. Why eat the cow? Go get a dead cat and eat that. Imagine that, grinding up cats and dogs and feeding them to cattle. Gross, that meat does smell like a wet dog. Next time, when you find a piece of meat, when you get a raw piece of meat, or especially roast beef, smell it. It smells like a wet dog. They're saying now to protect yourself from poison of these cold cuts and products and stuff, is that they're saying now that you should boil your cold cuts, then eat them, you know. Boil your cold cuts. It'll be warm cuts then. Sheesh. Can I boil you up a bologna sandwich, Joe? No, I already had one for breakfast. Oh, okay. But you know what I say? These cats and dogs, if they've fed ground up cats and dogs to cattle for so many years, why don't you just cut out the middleman, the cattle company, and go directly to your animal shelter and pick up a cat, you know, a chihuahua or something, you know, and make it a Mexican dinner, you know, get some guacamole, tortilla chips, and a chihuahua. Have a chihuahua party, you know. I can see that they should do that, actually, you know. And, you know, I can see it a burgeoning business, you know, where the local animal shelters are now packaging cats' hindquarters like they do in the supermarkets, you know. Which brings me to cannibalism. Cannibalism, I study cannibalism. Actually, cannibalism is, it started long ago. And they just didn't come out and say, well, let's go munch on Joe over here, you know, because he looks tasty. But they thought the power of the enemy would go into them. There are two groups of cannibals, and one is that one does it for the energy that goes into them. They think the enemy is going into them. And the other one just likes to munch on people. Yeah. So, and they said if you're a meat eater, you're an aggressive person if you're a meat eater. And then the vegetarians, if you're a vegetarian, you're supposed to be a fairy or something, you know. Well, Mahatma Gandhi was a vegetarian, you know. And you know who else was a vegetarian? Hitler. That was a nice guy. But this is Marcus C. Light City Streets. And let me put another picture up here for you. To get you, to show you what I do also. All right, you saw that one. That was the Van Gogh, $180 million, $181 million. I wonder if that'll be worth any money one day. Lonely City, huh? I doubt it. What are you going to do? You never know. Put this one up here. This is done with gold and silver. Ooh. Let's make sure I got that right on there. Hold on. This is City Lights. City Streets. And I'm Mark. That won't look too bad. Close up. Yeah, it's stuff that's all gold and silver in there. Some gold in there, some real pearls, some real silver, and some real gold. Let's get some platinum in there. I see lights, city streets, and all you people out there, thanks for watching. And just remember, everybody's a gem out there. Don't let anyone tell you you're not. Everybody is as sacred and as important as anybody. Treat your neighbors right. Treat yourself right. Most of all, cut out the middleman. Go right directly to the animal shelter and get yourself a cat. Focus up here. Alright. Let's hope that I'm in. City Lights, City Streets, and you know this is Mark, and I have to do everything myself. When I have directors or camera people to help me, they all chicken out. I don't know why, but they do. But it's alright. I owe it to you people out there to do a show And I'm here doing a show every day for you, man. I study in the papers and the encyclopedias to find out this interesting stuff about animals and stuff, how they feed the dead animals to the cows. Disgusting, isn't it? Tasty. You know, what's interesting, what's entertaining in life, you know, what's entertaining? You know, they have all these shows, you know, there was a question in a local paper that said, what's entertaining? What's entertainment? What's good entertainment? Sports. That's good entertainment if you like sports. Bill Cosby, he was good entertainment if you like Bill Cosby. But you know what it's come down to, entertainment? Entertainment is the cop shows, you know, where the cops go out and bust criminals and stuff and bang them over the head and there's bloody guts everywhere. And that's entertainment, you know. I call that the numbing of America. Numbing of America. You know, like numb, like a Novocaine. Arr. The numbing of America. No wonder why we're so desensitized. Nothing phases us anymore. But you know, what you learn from the police show is that these cops, and they strap a gun to their waist, and then they go out like the Old West and fight these criminals and stuff, you know. These are crazies, you know. And they're way grossly underpaid, the police. You know, they pay them $35,000, if that, a year. They should be making $50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? They should be making $50,000 a year, the police. Now, the Plymouth Police Department should be making $50,000 a year. They have to put up with all that aggravation that they go through. Not only that, they have to deal with all the crazies and stuff. So let's, the selectmen out there, taxpayers and stuff, let's give the police some more money, all right? Come on. They deserve it. 90% of them are good, let's face it. But we're being desensitized. In the newspaper the other day, they had, in the Old Colony Memorial, they had a big front page. Big on the front page now. I don't blame just the Old Colony Memorial. This happens all over America, if not the world. But mostly in America, these sensational news stories, where a local guy bludgeons his wife to death with a blunt instrument. And in the article, it's like 2 pages long. In the article, it says that he bludgeoned his wife. He smashed his wife's brains out with a blunt object. He smashed his wife's brains out with a blunt object. Now, that's nice on the front page, isn't it? Just what you want to read about, you know? That type of stuff should not be in the paper. It should just be like a little blurb. Crazy man goes berserk, kills wife. Next story. And if you have an opinion on Speak Out, do have them sign their names, okay? People should be accountable for what they say. I'm on this show, I say who I am. I'm Mark Lord, not the Lord above, but the Lord on earth here to help you. And when they do speak out, they should have their names. That's unconstitutional, if you ask me. Anybody can call up, and it's up to the editors to print whatever they want. That's a lot of baloney. And you know what you have to do with that baloney? You have to boil it to make it palatable. Who writes the Speak Out column anyway? Mike Barnacle? Oh, so that's where he ended up. Mike Barnacle, aye, matey. I feel sorry for Mike Barnacle, but then again, you have to preface everything that you say. No matter what you say, you have to preface it, you know. And now, in light of the Clinton and all that coming out, and these ladies coming out of the woodwork saying that they got raped and everything, maybe he should have been prosecuted. He was impeached, but he wasn't prosecuted. But maybe they should have prosecuted him. That's a lot of crap, boy. George Washington owned slaves. Abraham Lincoln owned slaves. What the hell is that all about? You know that Ing and Ming, you know, the Siamese twins, you know, the first Siamese twins, you know, that stuck together? They had 200 slaves in North Carolina. You know? Imagine having that be your master. 2 people that are stuck together from China. That'd be a hell of a fate, wouldn't it? And what about this guy that they dragged to death with a chain, and the guy King there, and they ripped his body apart, and his head was going everywhere. And the guy, the white supremacist in jail, is big proud of it and stuff, you know. I say put chains on him and drag him behind a truck. And then there was a disc jockey that made some awful statement about that black man's dragging and stuff. And they fight him at the station. Well, I'm trying to think of exactly what he said was. I forget what he said, but they fired him. You know. But my contention is this. Oh yeah, you know what? You know what? Also, he said this white guy, radio station guy. He said that they should have when he said this about Martin Luther King, which isn't a nice thing to say. Let's face it. But he said that they should have shot 4 more black people, and then they could have got the whole week off, holiday off. You know, which is kind of rude and harsh. But this is America. You should be able to say what you want. A joke is a joke, all right? And the people that laugh at it are the racists. Okay? Not the people that say the joke. People that say the joke is just the messenger showing you that the racism exists. I have said this many times before, and I'll say it one more time. That's all I'll say about racism for now. A black person can make a joke about a white person. A black person can make a joke about a Jew. A Jew can make a joke about a black person. A Jew can make a joke about a white person. But a white person cannot make a joke about a black person or a Jew. Double standard there. But this is City Lights. City streets. And I'm Mark. And when the smoke screen clears, truth exists. Be good to yourself, man. Be good to your neighbors. Don't be a jerk. There's this theory in science. It's called the butterfly theory. And they believe that accidents and happenings have nothing to do with the individual themselves or events. If the space shuttle blew up, when the space shuttle blew up, this butterfly theory contends, a lot of scientists believe this, that at that time, a polar bear fell through the ice, broke his leg, and drowned in the Antarctic. They believe that everything has an opposite and equal reaction that is not related in any way. If I'm cutting some sandwich meat up, some luncheon meat, some Band-Aid meat. If I was cutting that up for a nice boiled bologna sandwich, which you should go get yourself some right now. Boil that bologna up real fine. And I was cutting that bologna up, and I cut my finger. Well, at that time, a bird just flew into a tree and killed himself. So that's what the butterfly theory is. And a lot of scientists believe that. Boy, are they crazy, huh? But scientists are, Anybody out there happy? Yeah? Happiness isn't, working your fingers to the bone so you can buy more clothes, more cars, more TVs. Is that happiness? Huh? Who out there is happy? I want you to write me at Box 1503, Manamet, Massachusetts, 02345. And speaking about happiness, anybody that's going to be getting married in the next couple of months, write to me also, and we'll videotape your wedding and put it on TV, just for you, because we're nice people over here at City Lights, City Streets. Do you know anybody that's getting married? Have them write to me. P.O. Box 1503, Manamet, Massachusetts. And out of the people that send us, we're going to pick a couple that's going to get married, and we're going to go in there with cameras at the reception, not at the wedding, not at the church, because that's a sacred thing. But at the reception, we're going to go there, and we're going to videotape a show for 1 hour, and they'll be on TV. That'll be nice, okay? And that's free. It doesn't cost you anything. But it's a community service type thing that I want to do, okay? So City Lights, City Streets is going to do a wedding. That good? All right, the only thing I ask is have Perrier water on hand for me, all right? Can I say that? Perrier? For a long time, about 10 years ago, Perrier water, there was gasoline getting into the well at the Perrier plant in France, and no one knew it, and people were drinking gasoline water. And so someone tested it, and there it was. But you can never be too safe. That's why I say eat healthy. Boil that bologna. Comb the dog before you eat it. Sheesh. All right, let's see what else we got on the agenda, kids, boys, and girls. Let's show you this other painting over here. This is City Lights. City Streets. I always try to do something different for you. It's another painting I did. The dragon. The man slaying a dragon. Not finished yet. Pretty scary, huh? That's what we try to do on City Lights, City Streets. We try to slay the dragon for you. Nasty looking thing, isn't he? Don't worry though. Mark's right there with the sword, see him? There he is. Handsome fellow. Alright, this is City Lights, City Streets. Let's see what else is on the agenda over here. We got the globe over here. You are here. Oh, no. That's the Libyan desert. Let's see where we are here. A little dusty. America. Ah, the sound of it's so nice, isn't it? There we are. Boston, Massachusetts, Plymouth. There it is. Plymouth Rock right there. You are here. You know? Look at all that. Yeah? Alright. Let's see what else we got on tap here for you. Yeah, should we get back to newspapers? Alright, we'll get back to newspapers. Put on my sunglasses. You know, newspapers are just as bad as TV. Michael Eisner, the Disney chairman, said that the most influential media today is newspapers. Not TV, not videos, not movies, but newspapers. The most influential media today. I have a problem with newspapers. They never tell you this. First of all, they say too much, and you have to find the facts in them. You know, just get to the point, you know what I mean? And then you read this horrendous story about Albanians getting decapitated and stuff, and right next to it is that, you know, half a page where there are women and men in their underwear, you know, 50% off. You know? It's like, oh, I read this, oh, let's see, in Kosovo today, they decapitated children, adults, women, men, decapitated dogs, burned down buildings, raped, pillaged. Oh, underwear's on sale. $25. Get a pair of nice latex fancy trousers, you know. And what is that? You know, putting something like that in there. Put the ads in the back. Oh, I don't want to see that. You know, in psychiatry, in psychology, if you take a patient and put him in a room and you say, here, eat this bowl of soup. And then he eats it. And then you say, no, don't eat it. And he stops. Then you say, no, eat it. And he eats it. You say, no, don't eat it. And then you say, no, eat it. And they keep doing that. You say, no, eat. Yes, eat. No, eat. Yes, eat. He's going to go crazy because he doesn't know what to do. It's the same with newspapers. Unconsciously, you're reading this horrendous story, and then, oh, cameras are on sale. Oh, well. Oh, and nuclear a power plant in California blew up. Oh, Lord. Toothbrushes are on sale, a job lot. You know? It's like, yes, no, back and forth. Happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. No wonder why the world's numb. The numbing of America. Welcome to it. But that's the problem with newspapers. trying to find some interesting stuff here for you. Why don't why don't you just get something to eat right now, all right? I was talking to some people and they say, oh, Mark, your show's on at 12 o'clock. You could probably say the F word at 12 o'clock, because, it's late at night, I don't, and you don't say it at 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock during the day, like when the show is on 8 o'clock Saturday night. Don't say the F word, Mark, not then. It wouldn't be right. But yet at 7:30 the other day on a Sunday, I saw Demi Moore stripping with her butt right in your face. Over and over and over and over again. They played that for like a week straight. It's okay for them to put your butt in your face, but I can't say the F word? Phew. It ain't whether you swear or not. It's the hatred behind it. If you say the F word and you have hate behind it, that's bad. But if you just say, hey, what the hell, what the F, that's so what. Anyway, I had an aunt, and she was 75 years old, and she smoked like a truck driver, and she ate like a truck driver, and talked like a truck driver. She was a truck driver. Anyway, I had this aunt, and she's passed away now. God bless her soul. She's in heaven right next to God. Hi. Wait a minute. I think I'm getting a message. Like that guy on Larry King the other night. The psychic, on Larry King. What a lot of baloney that is. The lady calls up. She's about 90 years old. No, I want you to talk about my husband. And the guy says, well, your husband's dead, isn't he? Yeah. Yes, he is. Did your husband have a bad heart? Oh, yes, he did. Like, no kidding? The guy had to be 90 years old, right? Of course he had a bad heart. Had bad lungs, bad kidneys. She's had some scabies. An itch. But what a lot of baloney that psychic stuff is. Good guess. Thank you. Give me $1 million. But everyone has the power to heal. And I'm going to heal you right now. I'm getting serious right now. All right? I'll tell you what, I'll heal one person per show. How's that? Let me go into a trance. I see somebody out there who has a lung problem. And they can hardly breathe. Well, I say you're going to breathe now. And from this day on, February 27th, 1999, that person out there with a lung problem, you're going to breathe, and you're going to breathe in and out. You're feeling better right now. The energy from me is going into you. You're feeling better, aren't you? Everybody has the power to heal. Whether or not you want to give of yourself and put yourself on a limb to do that, like I just did. I always put myself on a limb for you. Sometimes I put myself on a limb and you don't appreciate it. Sometimes I go out on a limb and I bring a chainsaw and cut the limb. I'm here for you. I'm trying to voice opinions and ideas so that we can make the world better, a better place. That's why I advocate eating dogs and cats. What the heck? Mustard, be good on it. Ketchup. Let's see, a good dinner would be, I think I like the Chihuahua idea. Take them upside down, put those little like turkey feet on them, those little fuzzy paper things, that'd be good, Well, I look at it this way, if you have a family of 4 and you go out and buy a chicken, and what if 4 people in the family like chicken legs? They have to buy 2 chickens, right? Well, if you get a Chihuahua, it's got 4 legs, right? So everybody wants a leg. Everybody's happy. All right, arriba. This is Mark, Sea Light City Streets. That person I just healed, you don't have to pay me anything. Entertainment. What's good? Entertainment, huh? I like EI, But now they have a real EI, where they really get like people that are like crashing car crashes and the arms are off, hands are off, heads are split in half. And that's entertainment. What's wrong with us that we have to watch this? Huh? That's entertainment? Can't believe that. But that's okay. If that's what you want, that's what you want, all right? Next week, I'm going to do surgery on my toe, all right? That's a show to watch. I'll show you how to extricate an ingrown toenail, all right? Bring your sutras, your scalpels, and your scissors, all right? Thank you. Actually, sutras are those things that they stitch up people. It was just in the news that a company recalled a whole bunch of that suture stuff because it was infected with bacteria. So if you were in the hospital in the past couple of weeks, all over the country they were getting sutures that were bacterium. Only on certain states, though. I can't pinpoint that. So, I'd have to go out and research that, but I did read it in the paper. When I get bored, me and my wife get bored, we've been married a long time, 25 years. And when me and my wife get bored, we turn on the Hitler station. Yeah, they even have a Hitler station now. Hitler, yeah, Adolf Hitler, imagine that. No matter what time of day it is, if you don't like sports, cartoons, romance, Gone with the Wind, Break Wind, any of those movies, you don't like any of those movies, the Hitler station's always there for you. All right? You see some Moloch and inhumanity. That's what you like, All right? Okay, thank you. But what I'm going to propose now is all you malcontents out there, all you people that hate people, you racists, or anybody that just downright just hates everybody, even themselves, I say that I'm going to raise $5 million and we're going to put gladiators to the death. All right? We'll go to the Fleet Center. I'll rent the Fleet Center. And it's gladiators to the death. And the winner take $5 million. All right? Sound good? That achieves a lot of things. It gets rid of all the malcontents, all the crazy people. And I could probably make $100 million a week on that, which would be, 40% of that would go to taxes. So if you had, a gladiator to the death every week, like Saturday night fights, like years ago. Oh, Saturday night fights was it, I remember when I was a kid, like my grandfather used to take us and we used to sit in the bed and when he said, oh, Saturday night's fights are on, he'd be there in his t-shirt, sleeveless t-shirt. It'd be hot, the fans would be going, there'd be mosquitoes buzzing your ears. Ooh, and then he put the TV on, a black and white TV, and every now and then it would flick up, whoo, whoo, whoo. And now, let's get ready to rumble. And the two boxers come on, and they start punching the heck out of each other. Oh, that was good entertainment. Now you can see that on Jerry Springer. But I like that show, Jerry Springer, that's the most worst thing that you can do to people, get people of ethnicity, put them on with each other, and then beat the hell out of each other. Don't they know that they're making themselves look like idiots? But they don't care. But I say go a step further. Get these malcontents and put them in a ring. Give them a sword. Give them a $5 million prize if they win. Gladiators to the death. That would raise $2 billion a year in taxes alone. So you can take that $2 billion in taxes that the government gets and open up real schools, free schools, schools where you don't have to pay anything for. Educate everybody. The only problem with that is that after you get rid of all the, after people kill each other and stuff, the winners, there'll be like a Muhammad Ali of the gladiator sect, and he'd have kids, and then you'd get a genetic gladiator, and that wouldn't be fun anymore. Then you'd probably have to go back to throwing Christians to the lions. What is City Lights? City Streets. And I'll look at it this way. If they eat pig's feet and they eat pigs and stuff, which a lot of people have pigs as pets, and chickens as pets, why not have, cats in the supermarket and dogs and stuff? That'd be all right, Yeah, give me a pound of Dalmatian, All right, well, we got St. Bernard on sale. Yeah, how much is that? It's $10 a pound. Oh, okay, give me one of those. Yeah, we give you a little whiskey with it too, you know, in case you're stuck in the snow. But this is City Lights. City Streets. And I'm Mark. Let's see what else we can do for you over here. Hey, Mark, let's get some clams. No, Curly, no clams today. Come on, Mark. All right, we'll get some clams later after the show, all right? Okay, where do you want to go? I don't know. Why don't you pick the place, Curly? You want to go to the Weather Vane? No, I don't want to go to the Weather Vane. I heard it's not that good. Oh, okay. How about Susan's Restaurant? Yeah, I heard that was very good. We'll go to Susan's Restaurant. It's right on the waterfront. Really nice place. Ooh, nice fresh fish. You can smell the sea in every scallop platter. Susan's Restaurant. It tastes good. But this is City Lights, City Streets, and I'm Mark. I'm going to do something different for you here now. And I'm Mark. I think I'm Mark. I don't know. But how'd you like us handling that person, huh? I bet you they feel good now. I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, but let's say that he's about... He's a young fellow. So he's a guy, then. He's about 49, and he had a lung problem. And we healed him on City Lights, City Streets. And we do one healing a show from now on. You out there? Hi, it's me. How you doing? Pretty good? Okay. Wake up, come on. All right, go get yourself a boiled sandwich. All right, thank you. All right, this is Mark, City Lights, City Streets. You have to take time to smell the roses or the carnations. Flowers are an amazing little thing, aren't they? I'm trying to think of some ideas here. It's not easy doing a show, you know. You figure an hour show is like doing 2, 3. It's like doing 3 half-hour NBC TV shows, you know. But some people like Howard Stern, you know. I couldn't believe what he had on there the other day, and I don't even want to tell you. It's so disgusting. And that's NBC. How about we put another painting up here, huh? You want to see that? All right. We'll do that, all right? Hold on. I like the newscasters, Dan Rather Not, I like to call him. Like, who decides what goes on the news, you know? And isn't it funny that when there's a news story, everybody seems to have it, you know what I mean? If they do a news story on aluminum cans on one station, like, out of the blue, they all have aluminum cans, you know? Like, come on, aren't these more important things to report on? Let's see what we can get going here over here for you. This is Mark. City Lights. City Streets. This is a collage I did. Let's see. This is a collage I did, and these are photographs cut out of magazines and stuff. And the white guy that you see there, his name is John. His name is, what's his name? His name is Richard Leakey. And he discovered Australopithecus man, which was believed to be the oldest living man right before man became human, you know, like before he became modern man. And he's there with a model of Australopithecus man now. Pretty good, huh? I put the greyhound in there. A lot of people believe that we came from monkeys, but I don't think we did. Because I'll tell you why. They're always looking for that missing link. And that missing link between modern man and caveman, like you have here, Australopithecus man, there's 50,000 year gap in between. In other words, you had the caveman, then all of a sudden you had humans. So you had caveman, then 50,000 years goes by, and then there's human. And there's nothing in between. They don't know what happened there. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. I got this guy painting his picture over here. See that? And we just go like this and just show you a little bit of this right here. And I don't know who that is, but I put him in there anyway. Now we'll go back to that. Right, this. There we go. And this is City Lights, City Streets. And I'm Mark, and I'm trying to do my best to give you something different. Whoop. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to put this down and check my notes so that we can get you something interesting, okay? Stop eating meat. Don't you eat that anymore. Not good for you. On April 3rd, on Coles Hill, it's a Saturday, at 12 noon, I'm gonna have a rally there for all my fans for City Lights, City Streets. If you want to come out, I'll be there at 12 o'clock, April 3rd, 12 p.m., noon, April 3rd. Come on out and say hello. Be on camera. Say some things. It's an open forum. You can say anything you want. I don't care if you're a racist. I don't care if you're God. I don't care who you are. Come on out and say your mind, speak your mind. And we're going to be there April 3rd on Coles Hill next to Chief Massasoit, the Bronze Chief. And you can say anything you want. If you want to say something about the selectmen, about the town, about me, about anything you want, come on out. We'll put you on tape. All you have to do is sign a release that says that I'm going to let you go on TV and you'll be okay, all right? You just sign that paper, and it says, and then we'll put you on TV. And you can say anything you want about anything. You can say the F word, the D word, the N word. Come on out. As long as you're over 18, come on out. And if you're under 18, bring your parents, and they sign a thing, and then you can even talk. Even the kids can talk. And we're going to play. It's going to be unedited, and it's going to be a 2-hour show, unedited. Now, I'm putting myself in the line here. April 3rd at Coles Hill, 1999, April 3rd. I was going to have it on Thursday. That's April 1st. That's April Fool's Day. But you might think that I was fooling you, so I didn't have it on April 1st. And I was going to have it on April 2nd, which is Good Friday, which I didn't want to have it on that because it has a religious thing. But on Saturday, April 3rd at noon at Coles Hill, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to mention that every show, so anybody that wants to come out can say whatever they want. And if it's successful enough, we're going to have it every week and every day if you want. You can come out and write to me at P.O. Box 1503, Manomet, Massachusetts, 02345. And just come on out, April 3rd, Coles Hill. Say whatever you want. This is America. Speak your mind. If you don't like what I'm doing, come on out and tell me. Okay? There we go. Just making sure everything's... Oh, I need a manicure. Making sure everything's okay. This is Mark, City Lights, City Streets. Now let's see what else I had in mind. I got sidetracked there. Sorry, boys and girls. I was going to do this show outside, but I got sidetracked. I'm doing it inside today. Let me check this out. Hold on. It's not easy doing a show. Oh, you know what else we're going to do too, which is really pretty exciting? We're going to do a kids show. We're going to do Alice in Wonderland. And every kid is going to have a part in the show. And it won't cost you any money. And every kid can have a part. If a little girl wants to be Queen of Hearts, a little girl wants to be the bunny, the Cheshire Cat. If we have 5 Cheshire Cats, that's okay. Anybody that shows up and wants a part, we'll give you a part. We'll help you make the costumes, and we're going to do Alice in Wonderland. So you can talk to me on April 3rd at that time, and we can get that going. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay anything, all right? You don't have to pay $125 for your child to be in a play. They can be in it free of charge. And like I said, if they want to be a Cheshire Cat, if you have 5 of them, that's okay too. It's all for the kids, okay? It's not for money. It's not for the adults. It's for the kids. So if you want to do that, just write to me at P.R. Box 1503, Manomet, Massachusetts, 02345. Or you can see me up on Coles Hill, April 3rd, 12 o'clock. There are so many people that need organs, you know, like eyes and livers and kidneys and stuff. And there was this guy in New York City about a year ago. He put an ad in the New York Times. He needed the money. He was poor. And he was going to sell one of his kidneys for $100,000. And they said, no, you can't do that. It's illegal to sell your kidney for $100,000. We have to wait until you get killed in a car wreck, and then we take them for free. But I look at it this way. Those organ donor cards, there's so many people out there that need organs, that need like hearts and kidneys and stuff. The organ donor cards, the survivors of the person that died in a car crash should get compensated for the person's organs. Maybe then more people would sign up for the organ donor. You know what I mean? Give them $100,000 a kidney, $50,000 for an eye. You know? there was this group of gang members in Africa that were taking young girls and killing them and stealing their organs and selling them on the market to doctors and stuff. Imagine that. But they caught him and executed him. You know what they did to a guy in Iran? He molested a 12-year-old boy, this guy. He was like 70 years old, this old guy. And he molested a 12-year-old boy. What they did was they tied him, his hands behind his back, in the town square, built a brick wall that was 20 feet high, 20 feet long, and they got a bulldozer and pushed the brick wall on top of him. That's Iran. Kind of barbaric, huh? What they should do with all the murderers that they know that are on death row, that there's hundreds of them, that they know are murderers. They caught them red-handed with a knife or the gun or whatever. No ifs, ands, buts about it, They should put all those murderers and stuff inside one of those giant 50-story buildings that they blow up. Put them all in and blow it up. Sheesh, come on, get on with it. What, keeping somebody on death row for 20 years and saying, oh, you're going to die tomorrow, and then you don't kill them, and then, oh, you're going to die next year, and then you don't kill them, and then every day, every minute, every waking hour, the murderer thinks that today might be the day. If that isn't cruel and unusual punishment, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Let's get it over with. Put them in a building and blow them all up. Sheesh. Sell tickets. Have a raffle. The music industry, and they say the N-word. They say, oh, nigga this, bitch that, and all that. In records that the kids can buy, 12-year-old kids can go out and buy these records. And this was mentioned in the old colony memorial and an editorial that, the parents should, hear what their kids are listening to, But it's the same old thing. It's just they're rebelling against the adult world. The adult world is so screwed up that they figure, well, they can be screwed up too. So instead of being a racist adult, they can be like a racist kid. You know what I mean? They can be a woman beater early on. And don't these kids know that? Isn't there someone telling these kids something? Isn't there some sort of educational program where they can say, it's not nice to call a woman a bitch, it's not nice to call someone a nigger? That's not nice. Don't do that. Then you got Madison Avenue selling these kids these shirts, these Tommy Hilfiger shirts and Nike shirts and stuff. They're $100 shirts, and they work their butt off in some restaurant or some bakery somewhere, and they go out and buy a $100 shirt. Is that teaching kids morals and stuff? That's Madison Avenue. You want something. If something is obscene, that is Madison Avenue. Telling kids that you're not happy or you're not cool unless you have a $100 shirt. And while all these kids are buying these $100 shirts and $100 sneakers and getting killed in the streets by gang members because of it, and in the meantime, these people that create these shoes and these shoes and shirts and stuff are living in mansions in Florida with gold faucets. They have psychologists and psychiatrists and sociologists on these boards of advertisers. They know how to get to the kids. Why don't we hire some competent psychologists, psychiatrists, and sociologists in the schools and teach them, hey, kids, that ain't the way to go, but if you want to, go ahead. Be real with the kids. Kids don't have any rights anyway, You can smack a kid. Get away with it. But this is City Lights, City Streets. And I don't really care about any of this crap. I've almost died a few times in my life, so I'm just going to let it all hang out, all right? And today I believe something to be true. Tomorrow it may change my mind. That's what an intelligent person does. They change their mind when other things come to light. I thought Clinton, they should have left him alone, but after all these people coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, he did this and he did that, they should have found him guilty. They impeached him, but they didn't find him guilty. So he was impeached. This is Mark. This is City Lights, City Streets. But I would run for president. Would you want me to run for president? Come on, be honest. If you want me to run for president, I'll get 2 votes. But you know why I can't run for president? I got too many skeletons in my closets. My skeletons have skeletons in their closets. And their skeletons have skeletons in their closets. Sheesh. More skeletons, more bones than Tyrannosaurus Rex. Anyway, this is City Lights, City Streets, and I'm Mark. And I hope this makes sense to y'all. Doesn't to me. I'm not really a real person. The person that you see on the street, if you happen to see me, that's not me. Alright? It's my twin brother. They lock me up. I only come out every now and then for the show. So the person you see on the street is my twin brother. He's always saying to me, Mark, all these people come up to me and say, hey, Mark, how are you? City Lights, City Streets. And I tell them, don't worry about it. But it bothers them. So I write all these things. I don't even tell you what they say, but oh, this is really a funny story. I read this in the newspaper. Again, the newspaper. There's this lady in California. And, well, anyway, there's this guy in California. He was like 75 years old and he died. And in his will, he wants his 4 horses, 3 cats, and 2 dogs killed and buried next to him. An animal rights activist came out and says, we think that's very cruel. We're going to fight this. We don't want that man to have his last wish, you know. There are people that want to take care of these animals and stuff, you know. Now this is America. This guy wants his animals killed and buried with them. And this lady, who the hell is she anyway? You know, some church lady, some vegetarian person comes out and says, no, we're going to save these animals, and that man can't have his last wish, you know, in his will. We're going to contest the will. Imagine that. The lady got nothing better to do. Like I said, she'll turn around and eat a chicken or have a hamburger. You know, I can't believe that. And mind your own business. Take care of your own business. But this is Mark, City Lights, City Streets. The man's last dying wish. Now let's see what else we can do for you, okay? This is towards the end of the show. This is Mark. And this is City Lights. City Streets. Good night.